Okay, welcome to the video audio feedback for Learning Module 1. As you can see, I'm sitting in my office at ACU. I do apologise for all the rubbish on the right hand side of your screen on the shelves. I am in the process of clearing that out at the moment. First of all, I must start by congratulating you as your responses to Learning Module 1 far exceeded my expectations. Since EDFD460 opened on Blackboard on the 8th of February, there's been an incredible amount of activity in terms of intra-group discussion, inter-unit discussion, questions, feedback and suggestions, with some 1,700 messages being posted so far. And that does not include messages being posted on external wikis and email. Not only does this represent a lot of activity, but the content of this activity has been of a high level. It has been exploratory and it's also been very engaging. The setup of EDFD460 and the processes contained within it are to a certain extent innovative for an online unit at ACU, and while some of you were initially apprehensive about the technological aspects, you've all taken that leap of faith and jumped in with both feet. Your audio submissions via Wimber have been a pleasure to listen to, and in terms of assessing your work, they've made my job streamlined and enjoyable. I'm currently waiting for an ethics application to be approved, and when that is approved, I'll then be sending out a voluntary invitation to be part of a small research project connected with EDFD460 and also EDFD459, the learning space, which is a unit I teach in semester 2. This project will be focusing on Wimber as a learning tool and your responses to it, so keep your eyes out for more information on this project. Starting with the 2 preparatory weeks, I feel that the readings about online discussions and etiquette in particular have been very helpful in terms of our understanding about learning in the online environment. I was very aware that on many occasions students are asked to contribute to online discussions with little background providing as to why we do this and how we do this. As I've dipped in and out of your group discussions, it's been obvious that many of you have taken on board the suggestions of Salmon, and that as a result group cohesion appeared very quickly. By engaging in these 2 weeks prior to the official start of the semester, it meant that we were ready to hit the road running as of the 23rd of February. One area that still needs work is that of conflict resolution. By this I do not mean out-and-out arguments, but more when group members are uncontactable or are posting minimally. We need to remember that Assessment 1 is a group effort, and we're all responsible for each other. The 3 weeks of Learning Module 1 have been a revelation for me, and I personally have sensed a real buzz in the discussion boards, with great collaborative work being evident. And I mean collaborative work in its true sense, not just group work, but collaborative work. Not one group focused on defining creativity and imagination has been solely part of the art room, and that put a massive smile on my face. From your postings, it was an enormous shift. There was an enormous shift from your perceptions of CIE in week 1 to your understandings of CIE at the end of week 3. Robinson's words rang true for many of us, and he seems to have made an impact on this unit. However, we should remember that he is not the only expert on creativity. Although this is something I find hard to remember myself at times, Robinson is one of my external examiners on my PhD, and he could be described as being my educational hero. In terms of redefining CIE, there are a number of quotes from your submissions I'd like to share with you. From Group 1, creativity and imagination flows both ways between the teacher and the student. From Group 2, creativity occurs in a variety of ways for a variety of people. Group 3, creativity requires a user to make mistakes and to realize that mistakes are okay. Group 4, the skills which allow a person to adapt, be flexible and take initiative, as well as using knowledge to create different solutions, is found in creativity and imagination, and is necessary for a successful existence in the 21st century. Group 5. Every child has an imagination. It all depends whether or not the means for them to express this imagination is available to be nurtured. Group 6. Creativity is something to be deemed creative if the students created it as a variation of something else. Group 7 points out that learning isn't something one should dread or avoid, but rather adjusted in a way that stimulates everyone to walk out thinking, I want to know more. Group 9. This led our group to redefine our initial thoughts on creativity and imagination in the classroom, adding persistence and time. Group 10. Group 10 actually used a quote from an Austrian and German source that define creativity as productive, not reproductive. Group 11. Teachers need to be mindful of different and non-graded attributes, skills and passions children have. Group 12. It seems that our initial concepts as a group saw creativity put to use in mutually exclusive environments away from the core group academic subjects. Group 14. Creativity and imagination are just two of the myriad of forces that drive innovation and transformation within our globalized society. Group 15. One member of the group states that although they view themselves as a creative person, that they are not always motivated to use their creativeness. And Group 16. We are all born with great potential, and given the correct opportunities, we can unleash our creativity. Going forward into Learning Module 2 and into Module 2, I'd like you to focus on a number of suggestions over the coming 2.5 weeks. Now is the time to include additional research to the suggested texts. Do not limit your ideas to the readings that I provided, as there are so many more to engage with. In Learning Module 1, some of you cited Bloom, De Bono and Eisner, and they are all incredible, important thinkers. If you find a topic that does not appear to fit in with the weekly emphases, do not ignore it. Explore it as a group to see if it has any punch. The weekly emphases are only a suggestion. Start to look at Assessment 2, your individual assessment task, as the readings from Learning Module 2 are extremely important to this task. Really try to model excellent online collaborative behaviour. Don't leave postings to the last minute, and don't pretend that Blackboard does not exist. Referencing, you're doing really well, but I think we can try a little bit harder with that. I will be providing some information over the next few days about APA. So all in all, we've made a fantastic start to this unit. I, for one, are really enjoying myself. I hope that you're enjoying yourself. I get the sense that all of you, or at least most of you, are. Again, if you need to contact me, you know how to do that. You can do that through Blackboard, you can do it through email, or you can contact me by phone. I will try and get back to you as soon as I can. So, well done. And I hope you're enjoying learning Module 2. And let's just begin to think that it's not about exactly what is written down in the requirements of Learning Module 2. I really want you to start having those discussions in your groups that take you beyond the realms of what I've given you. This is a creative and imaginative unit, so use your imagination and use your creativity.